8,
9,
12.
21.
I like 42.
Gravity!
Oh, that's my own
wait,
face
guys.
on a camera.
Hi everyone!
Attacking me.
Yeah, this thing is just so
Cool.
angry. Hi guys! Welcome to the Eda Kayla Art Show Good Time, yes please! Halloween extravaganza! Woo! Oh, and Brian's here, I guess.
Hey!
This is Brian, guys.
That was your intro?
I'm sorry. Come on.
He is way more important than that. Oh yeah, and then this guy.
I think I
That
should
guy.
be offended and leave, perhaps.
Come on, I'm gonna be taller than everyone.
Thank you.
Already taller.
Thank you.
Alright guys, hello. This is Brian, like I said. He's the most important person in this room.
Possibly ever.
I'm kidding.
Ever.
Baby Hands is the most important.
And I get
So,
out of
I'm
here.
sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Brian is a concept artist here.
That's a thing, and it is a thing that I am.
Yeah. And he's amazing. He's so cool. We're actually going to interview him for this show. And it's really interesting because he works for us, so you guys get to see an interview with someone who actually works for Hi-Rez. And
Yeah, you
and
guys
their
aren't stuck
process
with
and everything.
Kayla and Annie anymore. You get to meet some more of the crew.
You're free.
I'll shoot you to space.
Yeah, he's pretty swell though. Pretty swell.
Yeah.
So we have a pretty cool show planned out for you guys.
Yes, we do.
You ladies want to tell them about how things are going to go down?
I guess, whatever. So, like, you know, we're gonna do the intro or something, and then we're gonna have a quick little warm-up. We're gonna show you guys our respective drawings that we did for the Halloween show, or just awesome wallpapers that Kayla knocks out of the park just because she wants to. I hate you. And no, I'm kidding. So we're gonna do that. We have some treats for you guys. Then maybe have Brian chime in and tell us about our drawings and if he likes them, if he hates them.
He'll love mine.
Long story short, he hates them.
Please love me.
I will try to find a way to not
Please
vomit.
love.
Yeah, mine. Oh man, snap.
So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Then we're gonna have a 30-minute interview, just some very simple questions and then some silly ones. Probably I'll drizzle in there.
And you guys can, of course, feel free to chime in if
Yes,
you feel
of
like we
course.
aren't talking about or asking him questions that you would like to hear from him. We're also going to be showing off some of his fabulous artwork.
Yep.
But we'll get in a little more into that later. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the Halloween contest.
Yep.
Because
guys
that's
get
still not
Awesome stuff
over.
for that, too. Yeah.
Oh yes,
guys.
It's not over, guys. We still have a week, pretty much.
No, it's like it's
Less than a week.
Wednesday. It's 5 days.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
5
5
days from
days.
now.
Yeah.
So you guys
And
have
then-
a whole weekend still.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that.
Do you guys like Brian's hat? It's Medusa.
This is my real hair.
Emma, your face. All right, guys.
I love this helmet so much. All right, guys.
Let's start off by showing off some of Anna's most recent
I
stuff
did
that
this
she's done this
one
week.
for Halloween. It's just like it's not terribly funny. It's my just trying to be a little bit more background conscious because I never draw any background, so I just decided to do this. So you guys are fully aware of Diddy Kong, right? From Diddy Kong Racing and also
No,
from
no one's
Donkey
ever
Kong
heard of
Country.
that.
No, can you
I'm
finish
just
playing?
I'm just saying. Some people just don't know. So I did with our recent God reveal, Sun Wukong. I decided to do him as Diddy Kong. I was gonna do him as DK, but DK's an ape. We're trying to keep it legit here. So
Very legit.
So yeah, there he is, just chilling,
Really, Kat? What's the
chilling, hanging out. Yep. So there's that.
That is
So,
awesome, dude.
Thanks, guys.
How long did that take you to do?
It took me a day, so probably like 5 hours, 4 hours or so. 4 hours.
In a standard
4
work
hours.
day, 4 hours.
Yeah. I come in for 4 hours, and then I do the rest of the day. I just do Vine videos and annoy people. That's all I do. So yeah, it just took me that long.
You were awesome.
So yeah, so there's mine, guys.
All right, so we're gonna show off some of Kayla's work. She
Yeah,
showed
this is-
the start of this during last week's show.
Yeah, last Friday I started
This looks amazing.
just kind of painting it up, and then I continued it over 2 streams over the past week on my own channel. So
So good.
it's really sketchy and fun, and actually kind of makes no sense whatsoever. But it was fun to do.
All the sense.
All the sense, and I
all
really
the
wanted to
sense
draw
of
some
love.
trees.
Beauty needs no reason.
So I wanted to draw hell, so I combined the two.
Don't pet the snakes, they bite.
I love love
So
this.
I made a wallpaper and stuff. No, I'm not dressed as a pumpkin.
She's Lilu Dallas, multipass. Multipass.
You ever seen a pumpkin with hair?
I have.
Well,
After a few weeks letting it out on the porch,
That's gross.
there's hair on
really
it.
gross.
There's hair.
So we saw the beginning of this piece. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you did to finish this off?
Well, I started off black and white, which you guys probably saw me do, and then basically just detailed it black and white, and then added in some color layers and stuff on top of it, and then just kind of finished it up. So I'd say total, it probably took me about 8.5-ish hours to do from last week, but that's what it is.
I love the glow that you mix like some greens, blues, and then yellows with a light shade of pink up top. I love that. It just all blends in perfectly. Also, I hate you.
Oh, I love you.
Aw, thanks, Boo! Stop.
You're
You're the George Clooney to my Sandra Bullock.
I need an adult.
Yeah, you ever feel like you're getting in the way of something?
I always do. That's every show. I
Okay.
hide in the
Yeah.
but I still feel like
It's uncomfortable.
I'm
It's
in between.
tension.
There's some real tension. It's palpable in here.
Yeah,
It is.
that's why it's so hot all the time in this room.
Yeah.
We walk in.
Steamy.
Computers are actually quite cool.
Yeah, that is the real reason behind this. Okay, so I think we're gonna start talking about Brian's
Yes.
stuff.
I
We should.
guess.
The main event, Brian.
All right, I'm gonna just.
Man, you're
Sure.
wonderful.
Oh.
Just make out with the snake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and show you guys some of Brian's work.
Oh, I
if
mean,
you're
let's
curious.
first give him the opportunity. First off,
Oh, yes.
to take off the hat. That's
Yes.
that's something we should do because this is an interview. He can put it on later.
This is serious business. He cannot.
I'll put it on
Yeah.
instead. Oh god.
That hat actually weighs like 25 pounds.
It really
Yeah, it
is.
does.
It's
It's incredibly heavy.
No, it's not.
It's full entirely of
Gavin is
lead.
gonna wear
You're
a hat.
just no.
I'm burdened. Now Gavin is taking the burden upon
Gavin
himself.
looks
The
great.
noble soul.
It does. This really brings out my bangs.
Make out with the snake.
Okay.
If you make
Brian,
out that snake, you're making out with
Alright,
everyone that
guys.
snake is made out with.
So, like we said before, we have Brian here, darling Brian, who is one of our most amazing concept artists, and he's here to do a little interview with us and tell us about yourself. Tell us about how you got into it.
Okay, hi, my name is Brian, which other people have stated before, but I
Nope.
feel arbitrarily like I need to restate because it's an interview. I'm a concept artist here at Hi-Rez. I've been working here for about a year. I work mostly on gods and god skins. I've been drawing my whole life. Got an undergrad degree in illustration, graduate school degree in game creation for video games, and just ended up here. It's been great.
Woo! And we love Brian. He purposefully has his desk facing one of the main walkways of the studio where everybody walks by him, just so he can show off how awesome he is, and he does it so well. We walk by and we're always like, I hate myself. I wish I was better.
And I feed off of their rancor, and it makes me stronger.
That might just be, the rancor?
Rancor.
I'm sorry.
Hey, not allowed to be a Star Wars nerd. That's my
I'm
thing.
sorry.
a different
Your thing.
You can only be one nerd at a
Girlfriend?
time.
At a time.
Yeah, so
At a time.
awesome. We
Class
love
specific
Brian.
restrictions.
Brian's the best.
So.
All right, so let's show some of his stuff.
We're gonna go and show you guys
We should.
some of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
Personal work first, or his other stuff?
Well, let's start with Brian. What would you actually let's leave this up to you. Would you like to tell us a little more about concept arting, or would you like to go into your roots as an artist? As it were?
Let's actually. We've started off talking a little bit about concept art. Maybe not everybody knows, what that is or how the process works.
All right, so
or
let's
something, but-
let's do that. I'm gonna bring you
Yes.
over to.
What's the difference?
Let's start with the the sketches
concept
there.
art
Sketches.
and illustration, because there is a difference between the two.
Actually, I'm gonna bring this.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the way
Um,
over here.
The principal difference between concept art and illustration, even though there's a lot of overlap between the skill sets, is illustrators are generally trying to create something that's ultimately intended for public consumption. An illustrator will make a poster or a print or an image that goes directly to you, the viewer, whether to help promote the product or just to sell the thing on its own, etc., etc. So that's 2D art intended directly for consumption. A concept artist is somebody who works at the beginning of the asset creation pipeline, and we make the kind of the 2D work that is used as sort of a plan for the actual 3D implementation.
Right.
So anytime you see a god, an environment, a prop, anything that goes into the game, it's usually been concepted in advance, so that all the steps that come after that are planned accurately, and we don't waste a lot of time trying to figure things out later on when 3D when it's harder to do.
Right. There's just a lot more steps and a lot more people involved with concept art, isn't there, typically?
Yeah, I mean, usually you start off with a concept artist, and then you move on to a 3D artist, and then you'll usually have a rigger and an animator, and then you'll have a particle effects artist, and programmers, and all that kind of stuff. So before any of that stuff happens, you want to have a really solid operating plan.
Yeah, it's like the pre-production of the pipeline, basically. So when you're concepting stuff enough, what's your favorite type of stuff to concept? Do you like weapons or characters, environments? Like, what's your favorite go-to thing that you like?
Everything's interesting in different ways, and I thrive a little bit on variety. So if I can mix it up, that's good. I think, and this is probably true for a lot of people, I like characters probably the best as a single subject.
Yeah.
I think it just sort of a... You know, people are cool. It's interesting to think,
agree.
what do they think about and all all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And facial expressions, and it's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
live thing that you're drawing. So I agree with you too. I'm the same way.
Yeah, it's great, you know, because I'll get a description of a god or something like that, and then read a little bit about their mythology. You get sort of an idea in your head, what do you think this person is like?
Yeah.
And then it's kind of the job to capture that personality in a way that's going to be interesting to people.
Love that. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's-
Can you actually, that's a perfect segment into this piece that we're showing right now. Can you tell us a little about, this is your Hades concepts. Can you tell us about kind of the thought process behind some of these?
Yeah, okay. First off is a little bit of introduction. Many of you are familiar with the original Hades, who's still currently our base model. Well, as it turns out, we're working with our Tencent partnership in China, and there are specific restrictions that prevent us from using that original model. Namely, it's covered in skulls, and they do not want things covered
bones.
in skulls. They're not down with the bones. So we needed to come up with an alternate skin, an alternate look for Hades that would fit the character and be more acceptable to a Chinese audience. So we went through a number of rounds and different ideas, and we ended up just trying some really crazy stuff. So this was an early round of sketches, just trying a bunch of different examples that fit the current rig, of different ways to present or capture the essence of Hades for the Chinese market without necessarily using some of the stuff that we relied on in the American version.
Those are really, really awesome.
I
Thank
really
you.
like the third one from the top,
Yeah, dude.
or from left to right if you're going left to right. The third one, the more bulky one, I like that one because it fits more with the brotherly aspect of it, where all the other brothers, you know, Zeus and Poseidon, are bulky like that and masculine. It fits like that, but I like it.
And let's show the what ended up happening. Everyone's already familiar with it, but let's show your. So once you've got that done, you've done your concepting. You want to talk about? What is this?
Usually, once I've created a round of sketches, I'll take that by to my art director, and usually some of the 3D modelers will get involved too. We'll talk over what they like, what they don't like, how they see the character, things that are going to be necessary for animation, rigging, programming to really make them work. We'll talk that over, and we'll come up with a more refined sketch, and ultimately take that to a full painted version, which is what I believe you're seeing now. And this will be a more polished, more executed version of the image, which is designed to really give the modelers a really concrete map of where to go.
Right.
So this is the most elaborate step of the process, and sort of the most time-intensive portion. But it's all about just making sure that, you know, metal looks like metal, skin looks like skin, all that kind of stuff, so that there's a good understanding of texture, material, and everything.
And
that's
with
going
this
on.
kind of final stage of your concept art, you do all of the what's it called, profiles and the sides and angles to the gods, right? So then they can know what the back looks like and everything like that, or do you just send them this?
Very typically there's at least a back sketch that goes along with it,
Yeah.
and that's just to pick up any details you can't see from the front.
Right.
And it's also common that if there's something that's partly obscured just because of the pose, or if there's something that's a little bit more difficult to read on its own, that I'll also make a quick sketch to indicate the shape of that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, dude.
Ooh, he's so cool.
All right, so that's I guess the concepting of gods. Let's look at the skin concepts that you did, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, those are awesome.
I'll move
I
this
love
over
these
here.
because they're black and white, gray, and that's my favorite.
That is my favorite too.
This is so cool.
I love black and white stuff.
I hate you too, Brian.
Aww.
I think you're missing part there, guy.
I'm kidding.
Am I?
Yeah.
No. Hold on.
Yeah. Gotta maximize that window.
There. Aha, I
Gavin's
fixed
hands
it.
are so small.
No,
I
it's
can't
just this.
even-
I've got like.
He really is trying
Here,
mightily,
here,
you guys.
do you need more room?
Yeah, I have like 2 inches.
There you
to
go.
use.
Guys, Gavin is double handing them out.
No, seriously,
He's
it's,
like,
the picture is
I'm actually
wide.
using
The picture is wider than.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll spread it out. And then I'm gonna pull that out. Yeah.
And then that happens.
Don't worry, we got it. I got
Oh my
this.
god, it's real time. I'm learning a thing.
Yay!
Hooray!
Yeah!
I can scroll.
Science is wonderful, you guys.
Gavin, you're the worst.
You know what, Emma? You know what?
you know what, Gavin? I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Fantastic job.
Thank you.
so.
All right. That's right.
I'm kidding. You're so pretty.
So tell us about this process for. This is for the what's this?
This is for a card.
Yeah,
I don't know the name, but it's a Quicksilver?
Yeah, I think
We
it's
talked about
it's
that
the
working
alternate
on
skin
Office
for alternate color skin for Mercury.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, so
For Merc.
essentially one of the things that I do in addition to concepting is I actually, every once in a while, I'll step in and I'll take care of some of the card art that you see when you're loading into a game. In this case, we're looking at the alternate skin for Mercury, the kind of silver chrome-plated version. And how this generally starts out, sort of in contrast to the concepting, I have to have complete illustrations of a given size. So I'll start off with a quick sketch and then a grayscale before I even take it to approval. What I'm trying to figure out is, do the value ranges, do the positions, do all the expressions and everything, do they work out in a way that's really going to be acceptable for the final image? So I'll generally make, 6 to 8 of these before going over to my art director and deciding which way we want to go with it. And in many cases, this step is being done right on top of getting that final skin put together. So just before release, this is being decided. And the grayscale is useful because it allows me to create most of the image without actually knowing what colors the god is going to be.
Yeah, that's Kayla's technique too. Well, everyone's
Yes.
technique usually, and I love that. I'm gonna start doing that more often.
Just helps me not worry about color values.
This is
Right off the
amazing. I love the use of like the black lines hinting to some of the detail, like in the robe in that second one.
Yes. I love painting metal, so that looks super fun to me.
Yeah.
All right,
love
and for all of you who aren't familiar with the final product, maybe you
Yeah.
aren't a purveyor of skins. So let's.
Purveyor.
Yeah, I like that word.
It's a purveyor of skins.
Gavin,
word.
you're
Yeah.
nerd.
This
You're
is
such
what
a
the card
nerd.
looks
So we're
like.
gonna check out the final.
And it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, you want to tell us? So from the last step, do you want to tell us what brings you to here?
What brings me here? Okay, usually in the case of an illustration, I've already got a kind of solid grayscale build. I'll go back in, usually on another sketch layer, go ahead and refine the details, make sure I've got all the kind of complicated doodadery that goes on. God actually sort of
Like
figured
that
out in
word.
advance. It's real. It's a scientific term. And once that's all together, there's a lot of masking and a lot of sliders and a lot of tweaking. Just a lot of really just kind of precise little detail work to bring it up to the final piece.
Yeah.
So
The colors are very light and sweet.
Yeah, they're very pastel-y.
Yeah. I like it.
we wanted something kind of a little bit airy and a kind of
Yeah.
bright chrome feel. So
Yeah, you got it for sure.
And I think we have one more concept sketch of yours, and that is the. We got more.
We got a couple of
We
things.
got a lot of things.
Show all
We
of
got
it.
a few
let's
things.
let's start with this one.
This is the Brian show.
The Brian.
Dun, 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 dun.
Brian! Alright guys, we're gonna have another concept piece that Brian did to show off and to make me feel worse about myself. So,
That's what this show's all about. When we bring on
Yeah.
people, it's just to make Anna
to make
feel.
me feel terrible.
Oh, please. We
That
know
was the
awesome,
point.
Anna. Just attacking you.
All right, so tell us a little about this this Hunbat's character. You mentioned earlier that the back view, and here we have a good example of that.
Yeah, exactly. Hunbat is, I thought, an interesting case because he's one of the earlier gods that I actually worked on concepting for Smite.
Oh, cool.
And what you can see, first of all, there's a few changes between, obviously, the original concept and the final model that went into game, in terms of skin tone, proportions, etc., whatever. A lot of what you do as a concept artist is you work with the modelers to make changes and improve upon even what you have. So at no point are things entirely finished until the model is shipped out, and then, heck, even sometimes we go back and change them then. So it's an interesting case of evolution, but this was the sort of the original skin of Hunbat. You can also see some of the focus, some of the rendering ideas, some of the way in which we handled metals and things like that were a little bit different early on. Smite's slowly kind of undergone a transition towards more physically accurate materials, away from sort of a more cartoony primary look.
Right.
So this is an example of how things looked a little bit earlier on before they reached the kind of the somewhat grittier, more realistic, more earth tony kind of look of Hades that you saw earlier.
I love this. I really like it because the back shot is just clean base colors. There's no shading to it, and I almost like that style more than the realistic shading and blending of colors.
Well, it's kind of more in line with what you like to do generally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this because it's more my stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, so let's check out. We definitely have more. So let's check out some more.
We got all kinds of stuff.
And so, for people that don't know, what do you typically use? Like, what tools do you use to create your art and stuff?
Photoshop. Yeah, I mean, it's every once in a while I'll use a little bit of 3ds Max, and that's just when there's sort of complicated 3D geometry that I need to quickly build into the system. I've got some past history in hard surface modeling, so that kind of helps me figure out things in 3D that I can then use in the 2D image, and that saves some time, which is always important when you're doing concept work.
It really is.
You know.
This one's so impressive.
Yeah, you have anything in particular to say about the Zhonghui?
Yeah, this is actually an interesting example because it's about concept artists working together, actually. Zhang Kui was originated in China. That was one of the things that they were really interested in getting in for the Tencent beta and everything. And they provided us with a few different options. And this was my response to what they'd given us, and ultimately what we ended up using for the final model. So.
Which I
Excellent
love. I love
So what you're telling us is you won at concept art. Is really what you're telling us.
Concept art is like a battle to the death.
And you
poisoning
won.
is acceptable.
And you're okay. That's awesome. So
that's how I won.
For all of you that are interested in going into concept art, watch out. It is a deadly, deadly game.
It really is. It really is.
I've seen Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Brian, the referee.
Is there anything in particular you'd like to say beyond that, or do we can show off the on a more Halloween note? We do have your Thanatos Halloween skin.
Yeah, let's just go on to Thanatos Halloween skin.
Yes, this one's so cool.
It's really awesome.
If you guys know, we released a Thanatos Halloween skin. Jack the Reaper. Right? Jack the Reaper.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds right.
It's
the
the
thing
play
we
on
said.
like Jack the Ripper, but instead of Ripper,
It's
Reaper.
Reaper.
It's
Oh
Reaper.
my goodness.
What?
Anna.
I just now got that.
She's
somebody
such a
give me their
smarty.
knee, I'm gonna slap it.
Yeah.
Let me borrow it.
Don't slap my knee.
All right, so tell us a little bit about this. This is the latest, or one of the latest skins that have come out. I think that was what 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
So everyone's just getting to appreciate it. So you want to tell us anything about it?
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much to say that wasn't already covered earlier on with the with sort of the illustration card process, but I thought it would be interesting to have a look at just because of the kind of proximity to Halloween and everything. This was another case where I knew we would have a pumpkin for a head. I had no idea what color anything in the scene was going to be until like about 48 hours before everything was ultimately due, which meant that a bunch of other people actually had to get their stuff put
have like multiple layers
Right.
or anything like that. I was like, I was confident with it.
Refresh
It's
that.
like, I can just put multiple colors on this layer. And it'll be
The
fine.
stream broke.
Nope.
Yep, no, it seems the stream exploded.
Yep.
Yeah, we're offline right now.
What?
All right, let's see
Oh,
what's
we
going
are.
on.
I don't know how to live without attention.
You want to let them know that we're working on getting it back up?
What happened?
I don't know. We didn't. What is going on here? That's strange.
I took off my helmet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what happened, really. You broke it.
You broke it.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Ow.
We dropped 416 frames. That's very strange considering how we don't have anything up. I don't know what's going on here. We're gonna... Oh, wait, we're back up.
We're back.
We're back up. That's fantastic.
Sorry, guys.
I missed us.
I missed us too, honestly.
Gavin.
I don't know where
Gavin
We don't know
broke
where we
everything.
went just now.
We don't.
We were in an alternate universe.
Yeah, that was like it never.
Alternate universe where this isn't pissing me off.
Like the stream never showed that it dropped. Actually, it just dropped on Twitch.
Come here.
Interesting. Okay, guys. Well, now we've shown
You
some
leave her
of Brian's concept work.
Yes.
We're gonna show. I want you two. You can ask him questions. Maybe ask questions from the chat as well.
Yes, yes.
But we want to focus on kind of how you got started as an artist. So any aspiring concept artists out there
Yeah.
can kind of
Yep.
learn from the path that you took. And learn more about you as a person and an artist. Yay!
So tell us how it started. Like, when do you remember like your fondest memory of when you decided it's like, wow, this is what I want to do?
I mean, I've kind of always been an artist. I know that, like, the intersection of video games and art for me happened really early on. I thought Mega Man 2 was, like, a messianic level type of experience.
Jeez.
Well, I turn it on, it's like, holy crap, this is the best thing ever. And I literally, I remember I made hundreds and hundreds of drawings of potential Mega Man villains.
That's awesome.
During, like, this was, like, kindergarten, first grade.
So you
Oh
were
my
from the
gosh, so
get-go. You
early.
were doing concept art.
Oh yeah,
Not
exactly.
just illustration, but
Well,
you
I
were
didn't
doing
even
your
know
own
what concept art was, and I thought Nintendo and Super Nintendo were competing companies.
Yeah.
There were a lot of things I didn't understand there.
Here's the idea.
When I was in second grade, I had my mother write a letter to Nintendo and attach some of my artwork to it.
Oh my god!
To send it, I got like a very nice form letter. Basically to the extent that, wow, this is great, and we know you love our product, but one, we don't make Mega Man, and two, you're 7. So it was. My ambitions were fairly fixed a little bit early on.
Yeah.
I wanted a little bit in the meantime, but apparently, if you know what you want to do when you're 2, just run with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Exactly. That's cool. Okay,
It's
so
down now.
no.
I'm gonna show.
It hurts
I'm gonna
my
show off
arms,
some of
my
your.
frail arms.
While they're asking questions, I'm gonna show off some of your personal work that we've
Okay.
done. And if you see anything in particular that you want to have
Chime in on.
chime in on, just let me know, and we can go back to it. But I'm just gonna cycle through it while they ask you questions, and then whenever you would like, we can talk about certain pieces. So I'm gonna show
Okay.
some of Brian's personal arts.
So Brian, where did you study at and go to school, or? What did
Well,
you learn?
I got my
What did
my
you
undergrad degree. I double majored in graphic design and illustration at the University of Kansas.
Kansas.
Kansas!
you.
If you've never been there, greatest state by
You're a
far.
Jayhawk?
I am a
Oh
Jayhawk.
God, I love him more.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you from?
I'm from Missouri.
Oh,
Kansas
man.
City.
So yeah. Are you a Jayhawk? Are you?
No.
You're not
But I'm a big
Mizzou.
fan. I'm a big fan. No. not
Thank
Missouri.
God. We
No
can keep
Mizzou.
being friends.
We would not be able to be friends.
No, we
Luckily,
wouldn't.
I
We would
like-
kill each
I like
other.
Jayhawks,
It's like
so.
snakes and mongooses.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, so
So yeah, this is actually for my family Christmas card last year.
Okay.
Every year I do an illustration for the family and print up a limited quantity and send them out. So
That's really sweet.
that is awesome.
That's really nice. That's really nice.
Add me to the list. I want one of these.
yeah, okay.
Just saying.
So is that kid anybody in your family?
No, not really.
Just a random kid?
It's little
Random-
Brian.
It's sometimes I
Little
feel.
blonde Brian.
Little blonde
hoodie.
Brian.
I feel like anytime I draw like a little kid with like a big round head, it's automatically me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, there's no choice about it. It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
just
You've got a
like,
good baby head.
like a perfect sphere.
We got baby hands and baby head.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just babies today.
If at some point you could make like a whole baby, like a Frankenstein baby out of the parts
Out
available.
of parts of people at Hi-Rez.
It would
Yeah,
just be a
interesting.
really small human. It would spread the fear in mice, maybe. Okay, so looking at your artwork and everything, can you maybe tell us your steps on how you get to concept art or just anything that you've created? On
How
Photoshop,
the technical Photoshop stuff?
Yeah, like-
I could go very briefly into it, but there's
yeah.
some like voodoo stuff going on at this point. Actually,
Really?
I actually have very specific procedures that I use these days. I
Yeah.
need to know things about, like, conductivity and index of refractions and
Yeah.
other stuff for actual physical replication so that I have a layer structure that I can easily switch between materials.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that have to happen in the right order, in the right stack, with the right masks and the right clipping masks, and the right groups of masks,
Yeah.
and the right types of processes. And will overlay work here? What's the difference between linear dodge and screen? Does this group have a shallow or deep knockout, etc., etc.? And it
Yeah.
all kind of has to come together. So there's a lot of
So
there's
Brian
a lot of
is like
front end.
super technical with it.
I
And
wanna-
Yes.
it works because he just.
I need an
Makes
explanation
it awesome.
on this picture.
Yes.
I
What
know.
what's going on here?
Well, I had a self-portrait of me just going like, what? And then I'm like, this is boring. Maybe I'm under attack.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it
Yeah.
happens. I had, like, concerned people ask me about this, and I'm just like, what happened? And it's just
Okay.
like,
To be honest, it looks
Nothing.
like zombified.
Yeah, it's Brian and Fight Club. Thanks, KP.
Yeah.
We have a Smite Fight Club.
we do, actually, except we're not supposed to talk about
Yeah,
it.
and a gosh.
It's one rule, and we mentioned it
I'm gonna
twice.
get
Yeah.
shit outside my car now. No, this is great.
You don't get the
Like if-
soap anymore. We're taking that back.
Anyways.
Okay, yeah, this piece is like a half an hour. This is just kind of caught with a little bit of downtime in between projects. So sort of similar systems that I'd use on larger ones, but just a quick sketch with
This
grayscale.
reminds me
Yeah.
a little bit of Dead Space.
A little
Like
bit, yeah.
Steampunk Dead Space.
I have always Dead Space as a whole. I'm a little bit. I don't know. I'm not good at horror genres. Apparently, like I laugh too much at them, and like I feel like everybody else is freaked out, and I'm like, oh man, he got me again.
That's a good mentality for it.
Yeah, but I thought I loved Isaac Clarke's design with the kind of medieval knight faceplate thing. So every once in a while, that tends to kind of crop up on my art.
This is
So
great.
That is awesome.
thanks.
Love it.
I really like this one a lot too.
Yeah, and this was another hour and a half study, and this was just pretty much again trying to kind of refine a lot of the technical systems that I was talking about before. Getting good skin tone and good specular and good difference and having it all quickly controllable is kind of complicated.
You've got like really good texture going on
Yeah,
with the
thanks.
bumps and everything, and that's why I love when any concept artist, not just yourself, but I've seen like drawings that people do of aliens, their own personal take on what an alien would look like, and they always make them look mucusy, and it really pops. You can tell that they do it really well when you get that sense of just texture in a drawing. It's not just flat. It's just, and this is a great example of that.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
You're
Romayo.
Oh,
Brian and I are best friends
ever.
ever.
All right, chat. So you wanna ask a few questions to
Okay, my
Brian
pinky.
that
So yeah, chat, go ahead, ask away.
we have what is this? A minute before
Yeah,
we have to
1
switch over
minute.
to the community art. So
Do you have any fast questions?
Do you have very fast
any
questions?
fast but
I can provide
yet
monosyllabic
intricate
one-word
questions?
answers too.
Brian, have you done concept of
No.
that's not something we talk about.
Who is that?
How
I don't know.
bad?
I don't know. What's in a misencap?
favorite thing to draw?
Everything to draw, everything all the time.
Well, that's specific.
Yeah, well, let's be honest.
He's lucky. That's what he gets to do at work.
That's
Yeah,
just
it's
pretty
true.
much.
Well, Son Goku. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, find a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses.
I'd rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized. Oh, I would like to fight 100 duck-sized horses because I just like to see them.
I would agree to that.
Yeah, I've never seen.
Horses bite so hard, and that times
Says
100. Like, that's-
Why are you so awesome?
Well, it's genetics and
Ah.
nature and nurture and
Honestly.
shit.
Here we got a very important question. What is your gene size?
Oh.
What is
you
my
look like
gene?
about like a 7 in girls.
7 in girls. You're
Yeah,
right,
it's
actually. I wear a 7 in girls.
I win everything. I win a
So
beer.
the Liz Taylor collection or something?
Yeah. How many projects
Yeah,
do you work
yeah,
on
that's
at
good.
once, Brian?
That totally depends. Sometimes I'm lucky in monotask. More realistically, projects are sort of looming overhead like airships and descend at irregular intervals.
Yeah.
So, during the course of the week, I may have something and then get interrupted and then get interrupted in that interruption
Right.
and then switch over onto something else and then switch over onto support. So Yeah, anywhere from 1 to like 4 dozen or something
Being-
like that.
Being a
1 to
concept
48.
artist, you're always being berated with ideas and everything like that in projects, I assume, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that kind of come in from one side
Yeah.
or another, and you want to offer
Yeah.
support or whatever.
Because
But
you're
I
the
mean,
first person they go to when we're designing anything. It's just
yeah, that's really early on, and part of the good thing about having a concept artist for a company is that you can prove a lot of things that you don't know if they're going to work
Right.
or not yet. So there's a lot of things that sort of start up and then don't go anywhere else.
Yeah. But then it's
So-
always good to have them in the back burner if they allow it. You can have it for a
Yeah,
portfolio
exactly.
and stuff. That's what I do too. Some of the drawings I do just for fun. I just
Yeah.
keep it.
Absolutely. I mean, even if
So it's
it's
always good.
even if it's not going in the game ultimately, you
Yeah.
get experience, you get all that kind of jazz.
And that's an
it's good.
important lesson to learn, guys, for any of you artists out there who are a little self-conscious about their drawings. Never throw anything away. Always keep it either for, reminiscing purposes, or if you want to go back and do a fun little project where you show your progression as an artist and you draw the same thing or later on in the future. So never throw anything away. Always keep it.
Yep.
And just, be happy with it.
Yeah, it's also good to see how far you've progressed, too.
Exactly.
Like, you're just like, wow, I actually improved. I mean, it doesn't feel like you're improving at the time, but you really are.
After a few months, even a year
Yeah.
or so, if you draw the same thing that you were trying to draw, you're gonna see that there's a huge improvement. But
Yeah.
Brian doesn't need that because he came out of the womb drawn like
Yeah. I mean, you
freaking-
heard him when he was 2
Nobody knows how the
Jeez.
pencil got in there.
Nope.
Wow.
Lies missing.
That's something to
And a-
take.
PG-13, please.
What are you saying?
I didn't know. I think you took it to the next level.
Brian, do you
a
have any
pencil. It's
advice
inoffensive,
for young and aspiring artists?
People wanting to get
Practice every day. Practice with some kind of regularity. It's better to pace yourself and put in the same time each day than to really just try and murder yourself periodically and then burn out and not do anything for a week
Exactly.
or something like that.
I think we said that last week. That it's best to just take a break for a while and just, not for a long while, but just take a break from something that you're frustrated on and come back to it later. Just
Yeah.
don't burn yourself out.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. That was our interview. Do we have any more questions? Anything else? Or
We
we
don't
running
have any
out of
time for
Okay.
questions,
Nope.
so we're gonna do
jump right into community
right
art,
into
guys.
community art. Brian's gonna stick around because I'm making
Because
him.
we love
Because
him.
I can't ever leave.
He's
I live
ours
here
Love
now.
me some
This is
Brian.
actually where I
He
live.
is ours now.
Yes,
My
we-
apartment.
It's a very nice. The
Is the
kitchen's
streaming
right
room?
there.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Oh, I'm
Hey,
very
this is the
sorry.
streaming room?
Yeah.
That's where all that noise has been coming from.
All right, guys.
All right, so let's start off with the
Jump
community
right in.
fan farts.
Community
arts.
farts. Let's just guys. Listen, this is what our sixth run at this. Let's
Yes.
just call it community farts from now on. We
All right,
all know
guys.
what they
Community
are.
farts.
You heard it here.
really is.
Community
Community
farts.
farts section. Beep beep beep. It's community farts. Boop. All right, guys.
You are a composer.
So I am right.
Indeed.
Okay. The first piece we're gonna do. We're kind of gonna go fast here because we don't.
No,
wanna
we
have
got. They went about 10 minutes over, so we got. We got time. We got
Deal
time.
with it. No, I'm sorry. Okay. So this one is clearly Chapalanque, or blank check, like I like to call it.
Mr. X.
Shablank check.
Is that in honor
Like
of the fantastic movie?
What?
Yes.
Go on.
All for it.
I'm pretty. Anyway, so yeah, this is Chapalanque, and we really like this one. Just the shading's very simple. The gray background just gives it a nice tone to it. Just it seems like the person went and just had fun with it. So
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
nice
that's always
portrait
great
of
to
him.
see.
that eggy moon is great.
It is.
Sweaty.
Gives him some nice
I really
background.
don't think we've gone an entire art show without you mentioning how sweaty you are.
I'm just
Yeah.
sweaty. Look, I'm
to,
sweating through my
to
shirt.
everyone. Like,
Wait, not yet.
Art shows are hard cardiovascular work, man.
apparently,
They
man.
are.
Like,
You
should
can't
do this
see the
every day.
tiny treadmills underneath us right now.
Yeah,
I'm
we are
actually-
sprinting.
I'm
Actually.
doing P90X right now.
You have no idea how hard it is to keep our upper bodies still.
Yeah.
Alright,
it's- Okay, so let's go on to the next one.
So that's Chapalanque. This one.
Good job. This one is an awesome 3D render we got of Ross staff. So, good job on modeling it. I love 3D modeling, so...
This is the same artist that did last week's geometric style
Yeah.
Smite gods. So,
And a winner, I believe.
yeah.
He was one of our.
no, not the winner. He
No,
was, top
a winner, top 3.
Ah.
They're all winners. They all get
Can you
gems.
just-
All right, I'll chill out. I'm sorry, chat.
fudge
I'm sorry.
monkeys.
You should be sorry.
Anyway.
I like how they put it on a little pedestal, too.
Yeah. It makes it look like something you could put like at
In a museum.
the headboard or like the headboard of your bed if you wanted to be exceptionally nerdy for Smite. Yeah.
Don't you have one of those?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yes, actually.
So that's that one. We love it. Any 3D modeling, anything that's going far away from traditional work that we get. Mind you, we love it all. It's just nice to see some
We do like a variety.
Variety, it's a special life.
variety.
Yep.
All right.
Next. No.
Yeah, I did it this time.
All right, guys. Another pixely drawing that we found
I love
by the
pixel
same artist who did Freya, I think, from 2 weeks ago. Hebo.
Maybe.
Hebro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yes, I love pixel art. It's so
Oh yeah,
fun.
me too.
This one's very sweet.
Reminds me of the glory days of my youth.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I really
absolutely.
wish this was animated right now.
Just like.
Yeah,
water
exactly.
all
I
over.
want him to cast water spells, and I will try and dodge
Little
them. I'll get hit once and have to go back to the start of the level.
This one's actually a submission from a while back, and we were showing too much pixel art, so we decided to take a break for a minute.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But please send more pixel
Yeah,
art.
please send more because
We were wrong.
because we were so wrong, guys. We're sorry.
So much we want it. All the time. So good.
I want to put that on my head, but I know my head couldn't fit in
Dude,
there.
this thing is just pissing me off. I want to punch it so bad. It's just asking for it. Look at that face.
But anyways, I really,
I'm too
really
short.
like this one.
Won't balance on my head. I'll just hold it like this.
Yeah, you do that.
Super cute. Super cute.
How do I make the grim face of death face the camera here?
There we go.
There we go.
And next.
Next.
Perfect.
Oh, this one
Oh,
is
this one's
super
long. I'm gonna have
impressive.
to redo the screen region of this.
We had a this artist submitted drawing for the first week, or we had. Oh yeah. The
Yeah, we
Ymir.
went over the Ymir
Ymir.
for the first week. Hold on, guys. You'll see it in just a second. I just
Oh, they
pulled the-
can't see it.
No, they could earlier, but now I want to make it so they can see all of it.
Maybe you should do your job.
Hey, maybe Anna, you shouldn't be so mean
Or sweating.
because it's hard to do this when I'm crying.
I'm kidding. You're so
Mean and
nice.
sweaty.
You're light and peach.
I think you would be used to doing this while you're crying by now.
Yeah, I really, I should be by all means. That hand, by the way, look at that.
Yeah, the thing that really drew me to this, because he also submitted another piece, but the thing that makes this one my favorite is just the perspective and how contorted his body is, and it's such a weird and not very traditional pose, and I love that. It's just weird.
There's so much energy in the pose,
does.
though.
Yeah. That hair, though,
And
just...
Notice how much we focus on hands the past 2 weeks?
Really?
We had
Yeah,
that. We had the
hands.
Freya hand, and now we
We
have a
do.
Thor
I think you
hand.
guys
We
kind
don't
of
get
focus
to-
on hands just in general.
Like, yeah.
You have sort of an
It's
obsession.
Hand
just,
fetish.
it's just that we
You
don't
really
get,
do.
we don't see a lot of man hands with this guy working with us. So
Hey.
when we actually get a good hand, we're like, that's it.
Don't hate on the baby hands.
Yeah.
Kidding.
People are like
Hands, yeah.
Thunder God Booty. Hashtag.
Thunder God, yes. Hashtag Thunder God
That's
booty.
really
right now.
why they picked this picture.
Really is.
Yeah, well, let's
I
be
mean, you
entirely
just
honest.
It's funny because Gavin was actually the one that pointed it out. I was looking at it and I was
Lots
like going,
of attention
Oh,
to detail
man,
there.
this is so cool, the detail. And Gavin was like, but look at that booty.
It's really.
Yeah, I did. I even said it with my
The
hands.
hand motions are
He
even
placed-
smaller.
He
to
placed his
compensate.
hand ever so gingerly on the screen, right where the booty was, and he was like,
It's a true story.
it's so good.
Okay.
You weren't even there. Shh.
I was there.
This was yesterday.
She was there
But
in
you did it
spirit.
again today. So.
Don't tell them
Yeah.
about that. All right, let's go on to the
Alright, so there's
one.
that one, Thor.
Boom.
This is the same artist, and this is the one I was talking to you about. I still love it. It's great, but I prefer the Thor one just because of the perspective and how ballsy it is. But this one's really great too.
I love the texturing of the fur and the handling of the
Yep.
the tusks. Very nice specular.
Long her.
Yeah, this gives Tusky like a whole new look.
It does.
He's in game right now. He's kind of cartoony, and this gives this
Yeah.
like he kind of has
Oh, that eye.
the look that I feel is better portrayed by what he actually does. Because when I get
Yeah.
hit by him, I'm like, no, please, Tusky,
Yeah.
why? And
It's
now like
Looney
he's
Tunes
got that
in the
look.
game, and
Yeah,
this one he's just like, I'll kill you.
I will kill you so fast.
I also like this drawing because it portrays Artemis in a more like sensual pose where she normally is portrayed as very, very strong and feminine. And mind you, that's awesome, but like it's nice to see the goddess be like goddessy.
Yeah, she's a lot more flowy in this one.
Like, hey.
Not more.
I'm just kidding.
Is that
Shaq
goddessy?
Voice pack. Artemis.
Goddess and Valley Girl are awfully similar.
Right? Like, what?
So yeah, that was really
Alright.
Bloody
good.
Orange Julius on the weekends.
Oh my god, Orange Julius.
Oh my god.
That's
We're moving on to the next one
Great.
before she
Next
continues.
picture.
Sorry, I'm done.
We
What is
broke
in this
Anna.
Gatorade?
All right, so let's screen region that better to better get a better I said better like a
Let's
thousand.
better to better this
Five
better.
times.
Everyone just.
Department of Redundancy Department.
Just be quiet, like trying to get better.
Alright guys, this next one is by our darling and wonderful Stephen Nickel,
Yep,
who you
yep.
guys have seen in his own stream on Twitch.
And in chat
And he was in
occasionally.
our-
And in chat, and yeah, we had an interview with him
And
2 weeks ago.
He's probably
Yeah.
still in.
Yes.
Maybe he's here today. We don't know.
Yes.
We don't
but,
know.
he,
We
He
don't
could
know.
be in the room right now.
Oh god, where is he? He's here.
He's
So,
been a skull balloon the whole time.
Yeah, so I really do like this one a lot. I love
Yeah.
that it's grayscale. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Values are excellent. Leaves to the eye.
Yep.
I love the pose and the distortion of the face. Very solid piece.
Yeah, and you can tell the difference between the metal and the fur. So
Yeah.
good job on your materials there, buddy.
Yes, the
Things
textures
I
are
heart.
great.
Buddy.
I also like it because
Buddy.
it's just a simple bust. There's no like erasing around the edges. It's just a simple. He drew the belt and that's it, and it's just a really nice bust and it's elegant almost. Just with its veracity even.
I could make a
it's
really
still very
badass
elegant.
tattoo for a
Yeah.
really hardcore Smite
I'm
fan.
gonna tattoo it.
You're gonna do
underneath
it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna right underneath Spain. You're gonna be like,
Right
on her.
On
Right here. Be great. So this one is excellent. Thank you, Stephen, if you're in chat. We love you, and this is great.
Yep, he's there.
Good job.
Let's move on to the next one. And
So next,
oh man, this one's huge.
oh my goodness,
And shiny.
Sorry.
Yeah, hold
super
on.
shiny.
We're gonna have to resize everything because this is actually, you know what? Anna, you don't get to see chat.
How
But I
will we
love
know what
Chad.
people are saying?
I don't know. We'll guess.
They could be
Way to
saying
not have a
mean
solution
things
for
about
things.
me right now.
All right, here we are. All right, for those of you who are familiar with Kronos,
Yes, this one.
Wonder what this is from.
Another 3D model, which makes us very happy.
And it's so shiny.
Grabbing this chicken by the
So
butt.
very, very shiny.
Guess what? Chicken butt.
Guess what?
In the words of the
Chicken butt.
sages.
So yeah, this one is very impressive. It's shiny. It's got its own. The artist went ahead and gave it its own kind of color because it's not very similar to Chronos. It's not terribly similar.
yeah, neither his
Yeah,
normal
other
skin
than
or
the
his
model,
alt skin,
yeah.
but it does look the model. It just looks nice.
It does look
I feel like
nice.
I could
Shiny.
make a wall clock out of that.
He's gonna add it
Like,
to his wall collection.
Yeah, for real.
Next
yeah,
to raw
just like
staff.
put it up
Yeah.
on the wall and have that be like.
Of course, naturally.
That would probably make a really cool wall clock.
Quite.
Quite.
Yes.
Yes. I wish I had a
Shallow
model
and
right now.
pedantic. Mm.
Yes. So yeah, guys, this one is really well done. So yeah, it's shiny, super shiny, and girls love shiny, so naturally we picked it. Yeah.
Oh my.
Anyways, I'm really hyper because it's Friday.
Yeah, that's why.
Something in my Gatorade. Oh, this one's really nice.
Yes. Some more traditional art, which is always great to see.
Yes.
Love
Very
that
simple.
traditional stuff.
We do love the traditional
Yeah.
stuff.
We like to
Yeah.
alternate between like super badass 3D and then like very traditional pen style or like pencil
So
style.
we got Arachne up in
Arachne.
here.
Yeah.
Arachne.
Yep.
It's very
Real
cool. Lots of details in it, so great job on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the sepia tone. I don't know if they did that on purpose or not, but
If it was the scanner, yeah, I don't
yeah. Either way, it's a nice tone to it,
Yeah, in the end, it just ended up working out.
and it's a nice like flat drawing of her. I there's no depth to it, but it's okay. Like it's just a nice flat 2D image, and it's almost like graphic designy almost. How it's just
Yeah.
like the opposite sides are almost the same. It's just flat, like tattoo design or something.
You can get that tattooed along
We
with
going
Banner
tattoo-
and
yeah.
Spanish
Good
Bull.
job.
Yeah, all the top 3s so far have been tattooed on my body.
Yeah, we just aren't going to show you it because you have to just trust us.
Yeah, it's
Trust
just-
us, Chad.
This stream will
Trust
end
me.
when she runs
Just
out of
trust
skin
it.
space.
Yeah, we.
I never will. I
we-
regenerate.
It has gotten
Oh,
quite
God.
expensive,
I
but
have a tail, so I just put it on there.
all right.
This one is incredibly cute and
This
funny.
is mostly just adorable.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
like
this is awesome.
Puppy Fenrir is like the best thing ever.
It's so cute. I
It
love
really is.
And also, like, Chibi Loki's pretty cute, too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's not a very naturally attractive gentleman,
So we have to make him chibi.
so he's very cute, Chibi. I like it. So, and this is an artist that has been featured before as well. We didn't get a chance to feature this
I
specific
submitted
one.
so much stuff at once.
I know.
It was
Uh-huh.
hard to like, but we're finally, like we said, we are going through our older
Yeah.
stuff that we didn't, we were able
That's
to
true.
show.
So
Yeah.
just because you guys send us stuff in and we don't show it that week doesn't mean we're not going to go back and show it
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. Because
So, submit away.
the past few weeks, or this week specifically, we've been flooded with
Halloween
Halloween
art
contests, which is
submissions.
awesome. Yay! So we had to go back a bit to find some more. So there's that one.
Oh my god, this is Anna's favorite.
This is the
happening.
most beautiful piece of art I've ever seen in my life. I am just gonna tattoo this for real though. I'm gonna
And
get
it's
my
going to have
brother.
so many tattoos by next week. It's
We're gonna make a
ridiculous.
shirt with this guy. Like we already have Rob.
We do. So our shirt collection.
So we're gonna do Fanny. That's what I'm
Yes.
calling him. This is
I'm
what
gonna
he
get
looks
your
like.
soul.
I'm gonna get your soul. My name's Fanny.
Hi, I'm Fanny. I'm gonna get your soul.
I don't know if this guy's doing it on purpose, if he's serious or not.
It
love
doesn't
They don't-
matter.
they don't
Good
care.
for you.
He just
It
made a
doesn't
DeviantArt
matter.
too. Like,
It doesn't even matter.
this is so good.
This guy is great.
I just want you to know that I
am.
am following your DeviantArt
Yes.
like a hawk. I
Yes, way
watch it
more.
every day. There's a few others, but this is like.
I love this one. It made me laugh, and the fact that you bring so much joy to my life every time I open up your submission. Thank you for that. Like
It's
genuinely,
amazing.
I'm not being facetious. I'm serious.
I mean, those
I love
smiley
it.
faces. God, and the horns and the shoulder pads.
The side mouth is what kills me.
the different size eyeballs. Yes.
It's like he's whispering to us.
I just picture that side mouth saying like, "I'm gonna get your soul."
Yes.
It's great. We love this one. So next,
Well, and here we go. This is the last one before we
Last
go
one.
into our
top.
Death round.
top trace.
This one is an artist that you guys are probably familiar with.
Yep.
We're all familiar with her. We love her.
She sent in quite a lot of work.
Yeah, she's great, and
Yes.
she sends so much work and it's so well done. We have to feature her.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'd love to get her in for an interview.
Also,
Or
she-
something.
We will. It'll happen. I believe. We
Yeah.
If
just
you're watching, we want you.
Yeah. So this is Isis and Neith together chilling out after battle or whatever by Zenny.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I love the weave that she added, because usually we don't see a lot of Neith art with her weave,
Right.
Mhm.
you know? And I love that she added the hieroglyphics lining the weave. I thought
Yeah,
that
I
was
love
really
it.
nice.
The Egyptian thing is just awesome.
I was blown away when I opened this file in the submission folders. I was
Yeah.
just like I couldn't.
Yeah.
And the background. you
Yeah,
know,
all the detail in the
detail
background
in
for
the
the
background is
hieroglyphics
awesome.
and yeah,
It's really cool.
Yeah, she took a lot of time with this and the texturing of
Yeah.
the pillars, and also something strange that I liked a lot about it is just the formatting. As you can see, it's more like a cover photo for Facebook than a full image,
Yeah.
and I like that. I like it when photos just kind of cut off and they don't show the entire character, because I don't know, it just gives it a nice setting in a way.
Yeah.
Does that make
Makes it
sense?
like a screenshot or something.
Yeah.
Like a scene.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
So good job, Zenny, and also the detail on the feathers. Damn, girl.
Okay,
Love
so
it.
now let's. We're prepared this time.
Yes.
So
We're prepared with lined notebook
Thank you.
Gavin is
paper.
prepared for once.
Hey, shut
Hey.
it. Just your mouth.
No.
You want me to eat the
And now let's
Aw.
get things ready
That hurt.
for the
Top
top.
3. Top trace.
Yeah, that one.
Eventually, we're
Remember,
gonna have
everyone,
theme songs,
winners
Yep.
get 600 gems each.
Damn.
And then the final, or I guess the number one winner gets bragging rights. It's not much better than winning in the
Yep.
top 3. However, it is still
It's
still
impressive.
bragging rights.
Yeah, you get bragging rights to brag about.
you're like,
how
I
you were
won at
featured
art,
in the best show.
which has been the title of
world.
every email to the winner I've ever sent, or to winners I've ever sent. Is
What?
you won at art.
You want it art?
You won at art.
So if you ever get one of those in your inbox and you're an artist, just know that you're getting jams.
Yeah.
jams.
Gavin
Damn.
can type a longer sentence
There we
because
go.
his little baby hands get tired.
Took like 4
All
hours.
right, guys. Top 3. This is one of the top 3s. The Thor
Yes, the Thor,
Love
for
this
sure.
perspective.
And our
Awesome.
first contender.
Love it.
And hand, of course. That's the other big
Of
The
course.
hand.
part of it.
But if we have to go ahead and,
Which you
and
can't see
analyze
them.
something
No, we
other
don't
than the
know.
hand, I really like the background as well, and the texturing that he put
Yeah.
into the lightning, and the way that the trees fade out. It gives it a nice ambiance to it. So
It is.
Good for
I like
you.
the flying rocks.
yeah. Oh yeah, at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty cool.
All right,
I
you guys
really
want to do a drum roll when we get the next piece?
Why? It's just
There's a lighter drum roll and a big one for like the final. Yeah, just light, gentle. Come on, guys. All right, ready?
Completely off beat.
ready. Yay!
Drum
The second of the
Is
top
this
3.
cute thing? Yay.
This cute thing.
This cute.
Ooh, no, it's cute. I love it. Say it again.
No.
Of this already.
Cute thing.
This cute thing.
Cute thing.
So yeah, this one we love this one. Very nice, very cute.
This is by Thomas Ludzia.
Yep.
The Thor by the Well is by Lionel Pratt, who props. That's the coolest name ever.
Gavin really likes
And that's
her
coming
name.
from a Gavin
Really,
Bigelow,
really.
so
That
that means something. That means something.
Love that. So yep, this is number 2 in our top 3.
I think he also goes by Sir Caterpie. Right?
Yes.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Sir Caterpie on DeviantArt.
So I think if you search that too, you can.
Yeah,
find
yeah,
stuff.
I'm sure if you're a Redditor, you're probably much more familiar with Sir Caterpie.
Yeah.
Right,
So
Yeah.
that's number 2.
and
number 3.
no, don't start.
Oh
Don't.
God, okay. Do your job.
You guys ready?
I'm sleepy.
All right, drum roll, please. Let's do it.
This is
This is the numero uno,
the winner.
the wiener.
The winner. And the number 1 is bam. Darling Steven, you won. This
Hooray.
one is just so good. It's so good. The head tilt and the sharpness of the teeth and
Yep.
just looks so good.
It's
Yeah,
because
quality
of the sharpness
overall.
of the
Good
teeth
work, man.
that it won.
Steve sketches.
Yeah.
You wanted
Sharpness
fart.
of teeth.
You
You
won
won the fart. You won the community fart. You're gonna get a
You
jar
win
with a
at being good at the fart.
You're gonna need to sign for it.
Yeah, you're gonna. The UPS guy's gonna look at you a little funny.
Yes.
Yeah, we love this one, and I failed to mention earlier that as someone who has a little bit of an issue drawing the anatomy of animals, especially the jawline when they're open, this is super impressive, and I hate you.
And the perspective.
So congratulations, Anna hates you now.
You've
Yeah.
won. And
You
it's-
have
You're
added
now-
to the
If I
hate
hate you,
You've been
you're
added to the
wrong.
pantheon of exceptional
Straight
artists
out
that
long.
Anna hates.
Yeah, if I hate you, then you're doing something. Right?
You have a lot of really good company.
Yeah,
Yay.
relationships are weird.
All right, so
Yay,
we're
winner!
very close to being out of time, so we're gonna
Yep.
briefly tell you all about
Halloween.
more about the Halloween contest.
Yes.
Next Wednesday, the
Cutoff.
30th, I believe. Is that?
30th, yeah.
Yeah, the 30th is the cutoff date
Cutoff,
for
Wednesday.
the Halloween contest. Of course, the next day being Halloween, and then the 1st of November, that Friday, will be our art show where we show all of the our favorites. We announce the winners.
Yep.
All that fun stuff. I'll probably contact the winners not too far beforehand because I don't want you to spoil our fun of announcing it for us.
Yeah.
But that way, maybe we can schedule an interview with you guys some other time. Maybe even, I don't know, if you're really good about checking your emails that day. So we have some fun events planned for you.
Yes, we do.
Lots of really cool art. We're gonna focus entirely on Halloween art. We'll probably be in costume as well.
Yeah, Baby
Oh,
Hans
God.
Bigelow
Oh,
is
God,
gonna
costumes.
dance for you.
I'm not going to dance for anyone.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, but yeah, submit us all your Halloween stuff as Smite and Halloween together. Not just Halloween, not
Yeah.
just Smite.
We already have
Combination.
Merge them.
Yes.
Like this.
Merge them.
Like this.
We already
Voltron it.
have a buttload of very impressive submissions.
A whole
So go
buttload.
ahead, a buttload. It's a funny story about that. When I was, I don't remember when, but I was trying to describe to someone how to upload photos. And instead of saying upload, a dyslexic me just mixed it up, and I was like, oh, yeah, just buttload the photo. And so ever since then, I just kept that. I like it. So yeah, guys, Halloween
That's
contest.
not dyslexia.
Yep. So, midnight on Wednesday.
Yes.
All right,
Cutoff is
everyone.
Wednesday.
Thank you for joining us. Brian, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hey.
It was
Well, but it's hard.
exceptionally educational,
Fist
really fun to listen to, and I've learned something.
I have too.
Good. I
That
did.
Brian's the worst.
And I work with you, so that's
Brian's the best.
awesome.
You would think it'd be impossible at this point.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
We love Brian, so thank
So,
you, Brian, for being
thank you.
here.
Yes, thank you. And thank you guys for hanging out with us on another awesome Friday. And we
Yeah.
hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
For the
with
Halloween art contest.
Yay!
Let's do this. All right.
All right.
Bye, I love you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye
See
and
ya.
good luck.
Good luck.
Chicken!
I'm in your house.